Hello and welcome to the Voice of the Veteran, the #1 show in the nation for firsthand veteran experience at the VA. My name's Gayle, Army Airborne veteran, along with co-host
Nicholas Cormier III.
There he is, and in the back, of course. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, Air Force veteran. And
there you go. I'm always ready for that part. Yep. Well, hey, and in the back, we've got MC Franklin, the producer. He's, keeping us on track. We're having a little weather issues today, obviously, rebooting and all kinds of stuff going on. But thank you for joining us today. Hey, first off the bat, there's something that I want to mention. Now, I spoke to several people who have all kinds of vaccination locations. And Nicholas, you and I talked about this before, that the American Legion and VFW, and there's a whole bunch of locations that have vaccines going on this weekend. And here's the deal. I want to mention one that I have confirmed because some of these others are important and I'm glad they're doing it, but I haven't spoken to anyone personally about them, and I don't want to send any veterans on a wild goose chase so they'll get their Christmas goose early. No, that's not what we want to be doing here. So I am going to give you one link that I do know about, and it's called planyourvaccine.com. Planyourvaccine.com is one. And if anyone wants to send us VFW and American Legion information in the chat box, I'm happy to let everybody see the information, but just know that we haven't been able to check it out. And that's important. So, Nicholas, have you been to the chiropractor at the VA at all? Do you know who Dr. Johnson is?
I do not know Dr. Johnson.
Well, I know we both been talking about having numbness in our hands and stuff, pinched nerves and stuff. So I finally went in and, Christina Garcia, at VPAN, she goes to see Dr. Johnson too. I mean, we all have the same doctors. That's why I was asking you. I thought, well, maybe, So anyway, I just want to say this is my firsthand veteran experience last week. So I finally got to go over to the chiropractor's office and I walked. I mean, to tell you, those receptionists were nice. I mean, sometimes you go to, it's the VA. And sometimes you walk in and people are, I don't know what their problems are, but they act like you're just an inconvenience, and get over there, but not these two. I mean, they were happy-go-lucky, doing their jobs, pleasant and attentive. And I was just happy to be in the chiropractic department with them. It was a good thing. So every time I go see Dr. Johnson, I feel smarter when I leave. And here's the reason why. She has the most incredible way of explaining things to veterans. And she said to me, Gayle, she says, your immune system, your white blood cells, they're kind of like your defense system, your immune system. And they're like the 5 branches of the military. Now, and I went, okay. So have your white blood cells all, in your immune system all deployed out, to issues and stress issues and pre-existing conditions, you're going to run out of ammunition when the biggie comes along, like COVID-19, right? You need to be ready. You need to be strong to fight that stuff off. That's why you and I had our vaccines and stuff, so we'd be ready. Now, she says, so Gayle, if you're out of ammunition, what's going to happen? And I said, well, I guess if you're out of ammunition, you're not going to win the battle, And she goes, exactly right. And I said, oh, okay, thank you, Dr. Johnson. So I said to her, well, I've been having a lot of these headaches and stuff. I got headaches. Don't want to run out of ammo. So
I'm just listening, Gayle.
I know you are because I got a card here. So I said to Dr. Johnson, I said, I got these headaches. I said, awful headaches. And I've got this, eye strain. And I think it's from all this Zooming, all these Zooms going on and everything. And, So after she did a long assessment and measuring my range of motion this way and that way, seeing what might be going on with my neck, she says to me, right? She goes, well, Gayle, she says, I think that you need to quit drinking caffeine. And I said, what? She says, well, think about it. There you go. Okay. She says, think about it. 12 cups a day might be just a little bit too much. And then you're swinging by Starbucks to eat one of those bag of espresso beans all the rest of the day. So what do you think? Maybe you could slow down on that a little, And I went, well, yeah, that's making good sense. I mean, after all, I said, I'm just kind of low energy. And she goes, yeah, right. So anyway, she says, you might not even need that anxiety medication. And you might even be able to sleep all night, all these problems you're telling me about. And I think that eventually you'll actually be able to blink again. I mean, I'm serious. That caffeine, woo, serious stuff.
You're right.
So anyway, so what we're going to do is you use My Healthy Vet, right?
You know what, Gayle, I do attempt to use My Healthy Vet.
Well, you said something about a browser issue or something. Go ahead and speak to.
I knew we were going to talk a little bit more about My Healthy Vet, so I went through and I attempted to sign in again. I used my DS login. And I got to a registration page. I checked, I wasn't signed up. So I went in to register and I got all the way down to the very bottom where you just have to click to finish the registration. And it didn't go through for me. I tried several times. I don't know if that's my browser. I couldn't figure it out. So I'm looking to see if it has something. I'm using Google Chrome. I'm looking to see if it has something to do with that. It may not. I tried Safari and I couldn't even get that far with my Safari, but I have a new computer. So.
Oh, you do? Well, congratulations. That's good.
Well,
it's always nice. I got a new Chromebook before we started doing this show. I mean, because, we needed stuff to work with,
Right, exactly. But sometimes when the computers are new, there's a setting or something that's not allowing you to process. I think that might be what's going on. So I think it's an issue independent to me. I don't think it's an overall issue with My Healthy Vet or anything like that. But
okay,
yes.
That's good to know because, we want people to know what we go through, in order to get to use these things. So that's good information. So I guess part of what we're doing here now is I was given a video. I think it was Lorraine office that said, here's some good information. And also, I think there's a link for, how to get these things resolved. So you want to go ahead and say, this is My Healthy Vet and get the producer to roll that sucker.
All right. MC, My Healthy Vet. Put a premium on your health.
Yeah.
Want to take charge of your health and wellness? My Healthy Vet, VA's online patient portal, gives you 24/7 access to the information you need to understand and manage your VA care. With a free My Healthy Vet premium account, you get the full suite of tools on My Healthy Vet. And you can access other VA virtual tools and apps using your My Healthy Vet premium account credentials. With the My Healthy Vet premium account, you can view, download, and print health information, test results, and images from your VA medical records. Schedule, reschedule, or cancel VA appointments and view past and future appointments. And use secure messaging to ask your VA care team non-urgent health questions and send updates on your condition. You can also use your My Healthy Vet premium account credentials to sign in to VA mobile apps that help you manage your VA care, including RX Refill, Annie, and VA online scheduling. If you are a My Healthy Vet user already, you can check if you have a premium account by looking for a P icon next to your name after signing in. Getting a My Healthy Vet premium account takes only a few steps and is absolutely free. If you don't already have a My Healthy Vet account, you'll first need to create a new account. You can then upgrade to a premium account. To create a new account, visit myhealth.va.gov. Select Register and fill out the required fields. Make sure that all the information you enter matches the information in your VA health records. Once you have your My Healthy Vet account, there are 3 ways to upgrade to a premium account: in person, by video appointment, or online. To upgrade to a premium account in person, talk to your VA care team or local My Healthy Vet coordinator at your next appointment. Make sure to have a government-issued photo ID with you. If your primary ID doesn't match your official VA medical record, for example, if you recently changed your name, please bring a second form of ID with you, such as your Social Security card, voter registration card, or a recent utility bill. Many VA facilities also help you upgrade via video appointment. Contact your local VA facility and ask to speak with the My Healthy Vet coordinator to see if this option is available to you. You can also upgrade online with a secure sign-in partner. You'll need either a DS Logon Level 2 premium account or an ID.me account. DS Logon is the U.S. Department of Defense's secure identification system. If you don't already have a DS Logon Level 2 account, you can create one through the URL on the screen. ID.me is a trusted VA partner that provides secure identity verification online. You can create an ID.me account through the URL on the screen. Once you have a DS Logon Level 2 or ID.me account, go to myhealth.va.gov to upgrade your My Healthy Vet account to premium. Select Sign In, then select either Sign In with DS Logon or Sign In with ID.me and enter your username and password. Once you have signed in, select Upgrade Now. Select the checkbox to verify that you are the owner of the My Healthy Vet account and then select Continue. Select the checkbox to accept the My Healthy Vet terms and conditions, then select Continue. Once you're back on the homepage, look for the P icon next to your name. If it's there, you've successfully upgraded to a My Healthy Vet premium account. To learn more about My Healthy Vet Premium, visit myhealth.va.gov/premium or contact your local VA facility's My Healthy Vet coordinator. If you encounter issues with your My Healthy Vet account, please contact the My Healthy Vet Help Desk.
Cool. That was pretty good video. I think that's going to help a lot of people, Nicholas.
I think so. It's easy to follow also. I used it when I was signing in.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's good to know. Huh. Okay, well, very good. I'm glad that's there. And I assume we'll have that in the library. And thank you, MC Franklin back there for running that for us. That went rather smoothly. I mean, we're just having all kinds of issues today. I think it's the weather or something. I don't know. But I mean, seriously, my computer just went boom and it was gone, you know. But we're here now. So I have a card right here, as usual. Now, you know, I always want to talk about the VA and all their programs and stuff. And, you know, we've got all these letters and acronyms and all that stuff. And we've talked about that before. And we try on this show, as usual, Nicholas, always to spell out what these acronyms stand for and stuff, because it's kind of like a shortcut language with the government and the DOD and the VA. And, well, here's how I see it, okay? Now, the VA has all these programs to fulfill because of congressional mandates and whatnot, and that's a good thing. I mean, you know, there's no problem with that, but it's kind of like ordering a pizza, you know, and the VA is just kind of eating around the edges of that pizza. You know, no meat, no sauce, no cheese, just eating around the edge. And so we've got VACO and VISN and VHA and VBA and VPAN and VFWC, Family Wellness Clinic, and all these V words. And if you just understood what I just said, you might be one of those people who are just eating around the edges. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, because that's the shortcut stuff. But now I speak veteran fluently, okay? But I require an interpreter. And in order to read the entire pizza menu, and be able to eat the whole meal, I'm going to need an interpreter. So the good news is that along comes veterans, that create, programs like VPAN and VFWC. And those guys, they're the ones that have the pizza cutter and the napkins to serve it on. You know what I'm saying? So these groups, when a vet is hungry, these groups give fresh food, informationally speaking, to veterans, and they're a big help. So the VA the VA can replace all your organs and completely sell you for parts. You know what I mean? And then they'll just tell you to walk it off and send your ass home. But, the VPAN and the VFWC, they are VA interpreters. They're kind of like traffic people. They have battle buddies to help us out. And they do what they call, a warm handoff from, here we go. DOD, MOS, and ETS, sounds like Mickey Mouse, and Taveco, Vision, VBA, VHA. And I'm saying, do you also have your DD-214? And by the way, what's your last four? I mean, this is a completely different language when you just first land on the doorstep of the VA. I mean, whoa, it makes you want to just turn around and go home sometimes. But now there's people to help us out, and that's really important. The VFWC and VPAN have made, all these VA terms negotiable, navigatable, and most importantly, accessible. That's what we want to do, is have accessible VA programs. And the Voice of the Veteran, takes a lighthearted approach to this, but it is very serious. But we just want to laugh about it and not take it all too seriously and just continue to go forward and wade our way through all this stuff. So this happens, this is what happens when I'm left unsupervised, Nicholas. I mean, telling you, I just keep writing. I just keep on going. Anyway, it's clear to me that Congress has been left unsupervised with the Choice Program and the Mission Act and, CNN and fee basis and outside VA care. And we're still not getting the whole pizza. We're still not getting the entire meal. So thank you to these other groups who help us out and kind of parse that stuff out. And I'm excited to go get involved again personally at the VA and go to some of these programs again. I think, don't we have a guest or something?
We do, but I just wanted to shout out those acronyms. VFWC is the UCLA VA Veteran Family Wellness Center, and VPAN is the Veteran Peer Access Network.
Oh, God, because I was sitting there trying to think, spacing out on it. Yeah.
Well, we can't hear them enough. We heard some of it, of course. I don't want to go back in time, but we did get to meet Christina Garcia from the Veteran Peer Access Network, which, like Gayle said, is a great program.
Man, and the Family Wellness Center, Tescarino, Banco, yeah.
Yes, VA Building 220 on the West LA VA campus.
Yep, Family Wellness Center right there, north of Wilshire, Yeah, thanks for saying that, because we have to say what these letters stand for. It drive everybody crackers.
Well, it helps me remember. There's a lot of acronyms.
I know. I have to do it all the time. I didn't even go through all the VACO visit and all that kind of stuff because I can't even remember. I know it's Central Office in DC, blah, 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 whatever. Yeah.
It all helps navigate the system. I mean, I've learned so much, and of course, the two that we just mentioned have truly been the Veteran Peer Access Network. I'm excited to learn more about.
Yes, me too.
And so, I mean, really, it's very important. And of course, the Veteran Family Wellness Center is a place that it's like my second home, really. So
I go hang out there in the Rose Garden just because I like the place so much. I don't even tell them I'm there sometimes. I just go in and read what the programs are and hang out in the Rose Garden next to the fountain. And, it's just a lovely place to be. So,
yeah. My daughter and I go eat. My daughter and I actually go eat there in the Rose Garden. And we've had some really cool repair meals there where it's just us sitting at the table in the Rose Garden at the Veteran Family Wellness Center, or VA Building 220. And it's something she looks forward to.
Yeah. They host a lot of good programs out there in that Rose Garden. It's a very pleasant area to hang out. Very nice. Well,
we do have a guest.
Yeah, why don't we just bring her in and go ahead. You're doing the introduction, right?
Yes. Today we have a very special guest, Voice of the Veteran, Gayle and I's very dear friend, Kim Morrow of the Coast Guard is joining us today.
Yay.
Welcome, Kim.
There she is. Hey, Kim, how you doing?
Thank you. I am doing great. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm excited. I am very excited to be here.
Well, that's cool. I'm excited that you're here too. You're a good buddy. I'm really happy you stopped by the show. Hey, I think Nicholas has some questions for you right off the bat. You ready?
Oh, okay. Yes.
I'm ready. Hey, welcome, Kim. It's so good to see you again. And I love the shirt, Kim, Coast Guard. And that brings me to my first question. You know what? I always wondered, Kim, because I'm Air Force. I don't know a lot about the Coast Guard, and I always get to learn more from you. So I just wanted to ask you, what made you choose the Coast Guard as your branch of service?
Well, okay. Well, let me start out. First of all, I am the youngest of 14. My mother had 10 girls, 4 boys. And I was born into a veteran military family, starting with my maternal grandfather, my dad, uncles on both sides. My oldest brother, cousins were Vietnam Marines. My youngest brother was Air Force, niece, nephews, and cousins. And thanks to me, my family has served all 5 branches of the Coast Guard. Wow. So I chose Coast Guard just to be different than anyone in my family, because at first I was going to join the Air Force like my youngest brother.
Yes. Wow, Kim. You know what? That brings me to my second question, Kim. I'm wondering, where does the Coast Guard go for basic training? Is there a basic training? I know that seems, but I'm just wondering, how does basic training work for the Coast Guard?
Well, we got to go through basic training just like all the other branches. When I went through, long time ago, was 1982. It was at Cape May, New Jersey. Now, I don't know, because I didn't do the research to see if they have another area. I know they used to do it in Petaluma, California, but that was shut down. But my training was at Cape May, New Jersey, and I know that that's the main training facility for new recruits.
Wow. That's awesome, Kim. Hey, it's Women's History Month, Kim, so I have a question. I just wanted to ask, what was your experience training for the Coast Guard, and a little bit about it? And as a Black woman in the military, what was that experience like?
Well, back in the 80s, it was, now it's totally quite different. One, they don't have to worry about their hair. They can go braids. They can do a lot of different stuff that we didn't have the privilege of doing at the time. So that's a progression for being a Black woman. Another thing is, for me, my youngest brother taught me how to swim when I was 8 years old. And my first paycheck job at the age of 16 in a youth summer program was at that same swimming pool. So you must know how to swim. Don't let your recruiters lie to you. They will not teach you. You must know how to swim and pass all of the tests, whether it's the water requirements, the rifle, the guns, the whatever, the written, whatever, the physical therapy. You have to pass all of that. And I would like to say, and you have to be smart enough to join the Coast Guard.
Yes.
Coast Guard joke, because I know they got plenty for us.
Oh, you know what?
There's no Marines around, so you just go right on, you guys. You just go right on.
But I am proud to be. I have underneath here, I have a purple shirt that says, I'm a veteran. I'm a daughter of a veteran. So I am proud to be a member of my family, female, first only female in my family to serve. I have a niece that served in the Air Force. So yeah, being a Black woman in the Coast Guard, it's not a lot of us, but there's a lot more of us now, especially those that are going through the Coast Guard Academy. They're accepting more and more, and they're trying to be more diverse. So being a female, we were required to do everything everyone else did. There was no slack and no, well, you get over there and, okay, you're a male, so you give me 50, and you're a female, you give me 25. It was none of that. We had to do whatever everyone else did. We had to do the running, the physical, the everything. And so that has not changed. So I would like to encourage anyone that is considering going into the Coast Guard or thinking about the Coast Guard. One, make sure you know how to swim. And two, start doing your exercise and getting yourself in shape, jump rope and all of that before you go in. So when you're up to those PT challenges, it won't be a problem because your body is already somewhat conditioned to do that.
Good. That's good advice right there.
Really
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Kim. You know what? I had a couple more questions, but I know I'm mindful of time as well. What is there weapons training for the Coast Guard, Kim?
Yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish your question.
I just wanted to know a little bit about the weapons training and how that was conducted.
Okay, well, back then we had to do a rifle and a pistol, and I am a marksman. I can't remember which one, whether it was the rifle or the pistol, but I did get my ribbon.
You do know the difference, right, between a rifle and a pistol. So that's the good news.
Right. So yeah, I was able to, and so, but anyway, I shocked myself of how well I did. So I was like, okay. But we had to go through the firearms training, and also the water training, the water exercise. You have to go past the training because they would teach you the drill and everything, that if you were on a ship and that if you were on a burning ship and had to jump off the burning ship, or if there was a big oil spill and you were in the water. So you have to know how to hold your breath for a long time because those exercises you must pass. So one thing I like to say that I got in trouble for was my first water exercise that day. We had to go around this big, huge Olympic-sized swimming pool. And if you got to the point where the time was not up, you had to tread water or do whatever. Well, I was having a ball. I was underwater, top of the water. I was doing all this kind of crazy stuff. So they blew the whistle at me and said, "You recruit, get out of the water. This is not recreation time." And I was like, "Oops, okay." Because you had people over there that was about to drown because the recruiters lied to them that, oh, it's easy and they'll teach you or whatever. And one of the things they said, step back if you don't know how to swim, step back. Because we had to jump off a big, tall, huge platform down into the water, swim all the way around this big, huge Olympic-sized swimming pool. And so that's the first initial test. But it didn't bother me because I was having too much fun. But yeah,
that's cool.
That's cool. I would have floaties on. I would still have floaties.
Air Force wings.
No, you know the Air Force. We wear floaties. We wear floaties when we.
Yeah, it's the Marines that have the little ducky. Yeah.
You know what, Kim? I had another question. Only if you're comfortable. You know, I'm a veteran. I have veteran assisted subsidized housing, and I was just, it's been so great. I saw a veteran yesterday or day before. And it was someone who had received housing from the VASH program. That's veteran assisted subsidized housing. I believe that's correct. And it got me thinking about how many homeless veterans in Los Angeles have actually been housed. I know we have a long way to go, but then when I think in that recognition moment of how many veterans have been expedited into housing, it was just something I thought about reflecting on. And I didn't know if you had anything to share about that because it's something that's been on my mind.
Yeah, sure. Because I am a recipient of VASH housing. I'm a recipient of that still to this day. So when I relocated from North Carolina, I first relocated to Fresno, and I was there in transitional housing for veterans there in Fresno for 6 months. And then when I got to LA, I was first at building 212, Then I got was at 214 and then 209 before I got transferred over to Echo Park, the billets.
Yes.
Then I was able to get my own apartment June 2016 through the HUD-VASH program. Yes. So I do know about being homeless. I do know about the program, and it's a very, very good, supportive, and very beneficial to veterans who are experiencing homelessness. You go sign up through any VA, your local VA should have as much much information as possible about the HUD-VASH program, regardless of what city you live in. Because I could have done it when I lived in Charlotte, North Carolina. I could have went through that program there. But I knew I was going to be relocating to California. And my target location was Southern California, which is where I am now. So the HUD-VASH program is great. Please take advantage of it, because the benefits and all the resources that we have today, my brother, cousins who were Vietnam Marines, my dad, uncles, and my grandfather didn't have these resources back then. So please take advantage of it. It is no reason for any veteran to be homeless unless you cannot maintain your own living standards. But there are other programs still, if you cannot. They will put you in a room. They will give you a place. Maybe you have a roommate. You can get a social worker that help you with those resources. Make sure your rent is paid, your utilities are paid. They will make sure of all of that. So that's why they have social workers to help us.
Yes.
There's many other organizations that not just the VA, they have PAP, they have Volunteers of America. So please, if you are in need or you know of someone in need, please tell them to get in contact with their local VA through the HUD-VASH program.
Absolutely.
I know some babies who are in need. Let me tell you, there are some babies that are really in need.
I think that's our segue into our next segment.
Well, it is. I'm sorry, but I just want to get this baby drive in because it's important. Everybody's asking me, what about the baby drive? What about the baby drive? I got stuff in the chat too. Let's talk about it real quick because we still got to move on to what at the end.
Yes.
So baby drive. You guys know about the baby drive?
Yes, the baby drive.
Yes, I do know. Not everything about it, but I do know about the baby drive.
Yeah, so do I. I know that it's March 4th.
Well, we don't want people trying to determine whether to pay their electric bill.
Right.
We're having technical issues again.
I can hear you now, Gayle. I can hear you now. No, is it the baby drive, right?
Sorry about that. What are you going to do?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
The baby drive.
Baby drive. Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say March 1st through 31st, right? 2021. Join us in collecting baby wipes, baby hygiene items, diapers, and gift cards for our little heroes. And it's because nobody should debate between paying the electricity bill and buying diapers. So we're asking that you support our military and veteran families by keeping their little ones clean and healthy. There's certain items that are going to be needed. And those items are baby wipes, diaper rash cream, baby shampoo, baby powder, diapers of all sizes, gift cards, and also monetary donations. And if you'd like to learn more about that, teamstepusa.org/baby-drive can help us.
We got it in the chat box.
Absolutely. It's in the chat. And it's our baby drive going on. It's not ours, but I studied so much, I feel like I'm a part of it. March 1st, 2021, and it's a baby drive. It's going on all month long, and we wanted to make sure that you knew about it here on.
Yeah, this isn't about how to have more babies. This is about the babies that are already here or about to arrive. We
learn that in basic training, Gayle. We have
it's not a drive to have more babies. No. That's not it. So I just wanted to make that perfectly clear because now looky, Family Wellness Center, Tess and Renee Andreessen and all the people that we've had on the show, they are all working hard on this. This is a project that comes from them. And that's why I wanted to make sure that we got this information out there so the program will be successful. And so, camo diapers, why not? These are needy little people, so right. Let's make sure that, when I had children, I had 21 boxes of infant-size newborn diapers before you even go into the next size. I mean, it takes a lot of diapers to take care of a kid. So this is something that we want to absolutely support. So, Hey, guys, can we talk real quick a little bit about the Deborah Sampson legislation and just let people know what's going on with that and what it is, because it's a big deal for veterans.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Deborah Sampson legislation is like, oh my gosh, 22 points that the veteran service organizations like, American Legion and VFW and the DAV and all these people that legislate for veterans causes have been lobbying for a very long time. And I'm just now starting to read up on it. And we're just going to hit a few points and have a little bit of discussion back and forth before between the three of us before we let Kim go, because we do have a feature at the end. But I'm telling you, there's caregiver legislation. You know what? That didn't include people for all eras of the military. And now because of this, it does. Hello, Kyle. Yes. I know she's listening. This is a very big deal for a lot of people.
Yes. Wonderful.
Did anything pop up to anything that you were reading about when you were looking at it? Because I know I just sent some notes along. If you have any thoughts on it, just speak up.
Well, I don't want to, I'll just say real quickly, I know for me, it was amazing to read about and learn about the Deborah B. Sampson Act that Gayle mentioned that just passed through Congress. And it affects all veterans. And essentially, it's a bill that directs the Department of Veteran Affairs to carry out a 3-year pilot program to assess the feasibility of peer-to-peer assistance for women veterans who are separating or newly separated from the armed forces. And there's an emphasis placed on women who have suffered service-related sexual trauma or who are at risk of becoming homeless.
Mm-hmm. So this thing's got a lot of things in a lot of ways for a lot of people. And if we study up on this, we can help other people know what benefits have been refined now. Remember I talked about the DIC and I was making fun of it. They said it was the dick program and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's been upgraded as well, for goodness sakes. That's the indemnity thing. And they've got some new thing on that. Let me see if I can find it here. And by the way, I wanted to also point out, I was reading that the VA does not promote some of this legislation, and I want to say why. The reason is because it duplicates services in some cases, and that could be confusing. So when you see that the VA doesn't support, S-804 or something like that, there's a reason. They're trying to streamline things and not do things that are confusing with this legislation because, sometimes people just say, oh, veterans education. I see Veterans Education Priority Enrollment Act, Senate Bill 764. I mean, education, that's like anybody, that's important. Like I said, making sure that, all eras can be caregivers and have those services for those caregivers because, it's a lot cheaper, a lot more cost effective to have your caregiver be somebody in your home rather than having somebody come in and not exactly know what's going on with you. And, now you have to wait for them to arrive to get your ride to the VA. Why wouldn't you want that? So right. We don't want to duplicate efforts and the stuff that's going on for women's health. I mean, yeah. I was just talking to Renee Andreessen the other day, and I said, "Holy mackerel!" I said, "What's good? What's the plan? What's going to happen with this?" So I'm excited about all these possibilities and things that are going to go on a lot of levels for veterans, not just women's health or anything else. It just happens to be Women's Health Month. So,
Kim, did you have anything on the?
Well, I just like to say that I'm so glad, because some people get the misconception that there should be a limit or that we already have enough. And that could never, ever be far from the truth. No matter how much we get, it's still much more needed. And so with this act and what they're going to be implementing in this pilot program, it's important that we all get involved and make sure it works and show Congress, the politicians, whoever did the approving and whatever, that it works and is very much needed, and always make room for more and more improvement. And so I'm excited about it for all of us, as veterans, because the more, the better, the more, the merrier. And thank you for passing this act.
Yeah.
Wow. I just want to thank you so much, Kim. You know, what came to mind for me was like, common sense is not always that common, right? I mean, I saw something about ensuring that each VA medical facility has at least one full-time or part-time women's health primary care provider.
Yes.
And I mean, and I wouldn't think that I would need to see that stated, but it shows me that things need to be placed out there, and I'm so glad the bill has been passed. Also, very important work.
And I would like to say, I myself is a military sexual trauma victim, and I like, when I go to any VA facility, I always request a female, my primary care doctor, a female provider. Just because of my own experience. But everybody have their own story. Everybody have their own preference. I'm just saying, I'm glad we have that option now, so that we can feel comfortable of going in and sharing. For me personally, as a woman, as a female veteran, there's certain things that I can't talk to a male primary care provider that will understand. But the female can. They can better relate. So that's just my preference. And I am so glad that we're moving forward in a lot of things when it comes to female veterans. Yes.
Finally, Model 3 staffing. Yes, that's absolutely, or whatever it is that the hospital immediately needs. But yeah, more employees, please. So I think, let's see. Oh, and I saw that there's room for more chiropractic care. Yes. I'm for that, And then they said the VA is against that. And it's because there are certain areas in CBOX that don't have a need for it, not because it isn't needed. So it's all in the interpretation when we look at this stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. And Gayle, I like to say Dr. Johnson is my doctor as well.
Of course she is.
2019 at Sepulveda, a great chiropractor. And yes, she has given me so much good medical information and advice. Yes, a shout out to Dr. Johnson.
Yeah, she just doesn't go hopping on your neck or your back. She talks to you about things, and she may send you on with exercises to do in order to improve yourself. She's not just, yeah.
Yeah, and I've been in the aqua therapy pool. I can't wait till they open it back up. I'm getting ready to start my kinesiology therapy.
That's right.
So yes, she will meet you on every level, and that's what I love about Dr. Johnson. So
She's
again,
special.
a big shout out to her. She is really special.
Oh man, yeah. When she speaks, I listen and act on it. You know, it's not like, that doctor, they don't know crap. No. If she's talking, I'm zeroed in. So, all righty. Well, you know what? I think we got to let you go, Kim, because we've got something special coming up, and I just want to thank you very much for being a friend to us personally and a friend to the show, and helping us out with all this great information about you being in the Air Force and everything.
Gayle, I had an idea. Is it okay? Is it okay if Kim hangs out with us for this segment?
Well, you want to do that, Nicholas? It's okay.
Yeah. Kim, do you mind hanging out with us for this segment?
I would love to hang out. Thank you
Yeah,
all
let's
so
do it. We
much.
got something special
Yes.
going on here.
All
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so
Okay.
what we got going on, we got a special birthday thing. Why don't you just go for it? I want to make sure that we've got a little header there that we are transitioning to a different subject, for goodness
Yeah.
sakes.
Yes.
But yeah. Oh,
Yes.
there we go. Women in the military.
Yes. Well, as you know, or may not know, Women in Military History Month is here, and we have a very special birthday this month, a very special one that we would like to say happy birthday to Brigadier General Wilma Vaught.
Yeah, there she is.
Happy 91st birthday to Brigadier General Wilma Vaught, United States Air Force.
She's a very special individual. And I just want to say in opening that Wilma Vaught, they call the Women's Memorial in Washington, D.C., the house that Wilma built. And the reason for that is because she put all this together for us. And I'm one of the charter members of this memorial. And there's my picture right there. That picture is in the memorial with a little write-up of, when I went to jump school and stuff. And, I went to the ribbon cutting ceremony in Washington, D.C., and then again at Universal Studios, where they called out the different women in the military, the nurses and, the mechanics and the corpsmen, everybody, and they would stand up and be acknowledged. And Brigadier General Wilma Vaught said, well, she looked around, she goes, I don't think there are going to be any airborne women here. And I went, whoa, and I stood up, and that's when we first met, because I was the only one in the room, and she was going, really? I didn't realize that. And she said, when did you go in? And I said, about 6 months after it opened, ma'am, and she's going, wow, because the Women's Army Corps ended in the 76 or whenever. And I became from the Women's Army Corps to being a regular soldier, and during that period of time. So she was surprised that this could even happen. And that's me right there. And thank you very much for letting me tell my story about how terrific I think she is. 91 years old. 90. Go for it, guys. What do you have on her?
Well, I just like to say happy birthday personally. Happy birthday. God bless you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So this building is right at the gate of the Arlington National Cemetery. It is gorgeous, and I will never ever forget the night where we all lit candles and walked across the bridge during this weekend of ribbon cutting ceremony and all this kind of stuff. And it was a wonderful experience to be there and go inside and see all the displays. I know Michelle Obama visited with General Wilma Vaught, Brigadier General Wilma Vaught. Now, you had something, Nicholas, you were in the Air Force, and you know about ranks and whatnot better than I do so I get confused sometimes. The Navy just blows away.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead.
When I was at Whiteman Air Force Base, we had a Brigadier General at one point that controlled the bomb wing, the 509th Bomb Wing Force. Is that what you were going to ask me, Gayle? What Brigadier General? Or
yeah, about how women were.
Yes. Well, this is very important.
Yeah.
In 1967, President Johnson signed into law a measure finally permitting women to be promoted to the level of generals and admirals in the military. Mm-hmm. And I just think that's something that's extraordinarily significant. It paved the way for Brigadier General Wilma Vaught to become a brigadier general, and many, many other great military women.
Full effort. I mean, she attends so many different functions, fundraising for this memorial, and it is just a stellar place to experience and be, and it's open to the public. You can go in there to the computer and type in the name of, your vet. And if it was your mom, she probably wrote about you as a kid, and and that I had 2 children, their names are this or that, and and what they did and everything. And those stories are there in that building for anybody to go in and read. So
yes, and it's amazing being Air Force, but also being able to study a great general, that gave back in so many ways and continues to a long life. I mean, it's just amazing. I just wanted to share brief things that just jumped out at me. General Wilma Vaught was the first woman to command a unit receiving the Joint Meritorious Unit Award. She's also received numerous military decorations and honors. I mean, Defense and Air Force Distinguished Service Medals, the Air Force Legion of Merit, the Bronze Star, and the Vietnam Service Award with 4 stars. It's just amazing. It can go on and on and on with the amazing accomplishments of General Wilma Vaught. So, of course, it's just fun to learn about and to definitely honor on such a very special day. Happy birthday, Brigadier General Wilma Vaught from Voice of the People.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Wilma.
Yeah.
Great life, great job, great service. Thank you for your service, Brigadier General Vaught. Wonderful. Well, we've got, 5 minutes maybe?
About 3. We got about 3 minutes.
Is that what it is? I can't. Everything's screwed up today with the technical stuff.
Can I share something really quick before I forget?
Please
I would like to mention
a little time. Go
on
for it.
behalf of the Coast Guard and its Women Veterans Month, I would like to mention Dr. Olivia J. Hooker, who was the first African-American female in the Coast Guard during World War II. So thanks to her, all of us that has come after her, all these generations past, those who are now serving in the present and those who are to come, we owe it to a brave, phenomenal woman with undaunted courage and boldness. She was first rejected by the Navy, and she could have very well said, fine, I just won't serve. But she decided to come over to the best anyway, and she was the first African-American female in the Coast Guard, Dr. Olivia J. Hooker.
Olivia J. Hooker. Wow. That's good. I'm going to read up on her.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, interesting. Okay, my bird clock's going off. I can hear it in the kitchen. Can you smell that? Can you guys smell that? Well, I'm sorry.
I don't have that computer. I have not yet been able to afford the
So I don't mean it's bad. I mean, I've got that Instapot going back there. I've got beans cooking in the Instapot, and I've been smelling it the whole hour that we've been on the show. It's like, whoa, man, that I can't wait. I need some cornbread to go with that, I think.
You want to go to a rap and recap, Gayle?
Please, I gotta get to the kitchen.
Okay, well, we'll start with our very special guest, Kim. Kim, what was your takeaway from the show today?
Well, to learn really about the Deborah Sampson Act and the baby drive. I hope as many people as possible will get involved and support these young mothers. We may be supporting our future military servicemen and women. We never know, but giving them that support is very important. And also just giving a shout out and a birthday honor to I can't remember her name now. It's just
Wilma Vaught.
Wilma Vaught.
There she is. I know.
I'm so glad that I've personally been able to say happy birthday to her. And thank you. And a good shout out to all of my coasties. A big shout out to all of my coasties. Yay!
Coasties.
Thank you all so much for having me on. It's been fun. Thank you so much. I love the show.
You did. Oh, thank you. Aren't you sweet? That's right.
How about you, Gayle?
Well, there was something I didn't bring up, voluntary services, their report came out, and I was looking through the list of all the various services. They have dances, they have barbecues, they have all kinds of stuff going on. And then they have, next to it, it has the number of hours for these different services. And there was one that stood out more than any other service that voluntary services had. And the largest number of hours category was listed as monthly bedside visitations. Now, here we go. You know, do you need a raffle ticket to get that bedside visit? And I'm wondering if they could stop by at 2 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it doesn't have to be a monthly visitation. Maybe it can be like a weekly kind of thing. What do you think? That's my takeaway. Bedside visitations.
Yes. My takeaway is Brigadier General Wilma Vaught was my takeaway. Happy birthday, General Vaught. Happy birthday.
Yep. Absolutely.
And for this is Nicholas Cormier III with
Hey, Gayle Ochiltree. We'll see you next week. Hey, Kimberly, thank you again.
and Tim on Voice of the Veteran. See you next week, everybody.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in.